We are back. Look, okay, so I haven't been on Dizzyeights page in a minute. Last reaction video we did was Dreams, and that was like 2 months ago. Since then, he has uploaded about 5 different videos. But right now, 5 days ago, he uploaded the Gachiakuta. I think that's what it is. I think that's how you pronounce it. But the Gachiakuta inspired rap called Castaway, which I think is going to be a banger. So we're going to do a reaction video to that. We're going to get right into it.
Look into my eyes, see tears I couldn't cry. They cutting at my wings anytime I dream to fly. Always put me down cause they afraid to see me rise. And when she said she'd write, that was just another line that she said in a moment. Promises broken, just like my heart down. Pieces I'm holding, don't know where I'm going, but I gotta stay in motion and get colder when they toss me to the side. If I left it up to you, you would throw me outside. When the love turn to hate, man, it messes with my mind. Chains on my heart is what I'm cursed with. Try to keep it hidden from the surface. I ask God, can he show me what my worth is? Look, I really found my worth on my worst day. Rebirth way, I only see a casket in my birthplace. Dirt slings when walking on this earth, it's like a curse plane. Get put up on a shirt, I find a church to reverse ways. I need that. Tell me what is love, I never seen that. Cut me over and over like they had to run the scene back. Anger is a drug if I...
Hold on. I need y'all I like doing analysis on lyrics, cause okay, listen, my channel is comprised of 2 things: faith and counseling. Music is something that always speaks in a way that can speak to the soul. It is the only concept that does not need permission to enter into your soul, to have influence on your soul. It is the only thing that has just free access to it, which is why they always say, protect your ears. Protect your ears, but be very careful what you listen to. Be very careful. I love how Dizzyeight always spins it back to God. It's like no matter what Dizzyeight song I'm listening to, it always spins back to God. And I love that because I need that. I'm a nerd who likes anime. And just spinning it back to God, because I'm a Christian, is what I need all the time. If I can just, it's like having your cake and eating it too. That's all it is.
Reminiscing, I relapse, a playback turn to a crash out for the recap for real. Don't poke it off wound that ain't never healed. They told me there's changing the climbing over the hill, but tell me, how do I climb it when pain is right on my heel? How do I be fulfilled with a hole that was never filled? They saying chill. Sorry, I'm too hot, I can't simmer down. Maybe if I kill this man I am, I take the simmer out. They told me about that guy that get his gracefully giving out. When they see my face, I hope they see a different image now for real. Look into my eyes, see tears I couldn't cry. They cutting at my wings anytime I dream to fly. Always put me down cause they afraid to see me rise. And when she said she'd write, that was just another line that she said in a moment. Promises broken, just like my heart down. Pieces I'm holding, don't know where I'm going, but I gotta stay in motion and get colder when they toss me to the side.
Man, he's spitting. That's all I can think about right now is that he's spitting right now. The worst thing, like the title Castaway is really good for our boy Rudo here. I think back to the whole women thing, but this applies to anyone who's ever been like casted out by people that they cherished and loved. That is one of the biggest things you can do to make a person crash out. Humans at the fundamental level are social creatures. And the interesting thing that I've learned in counseling is the pain receptors that we have, and that's wired to the brain, When we get rejected, it signals the same part of the brain as pain. So it's like as if someone just hit you. And that's such a crazy concept. It's a crazy thing to actually imagine that someone literally just rejecting you, casting you outside or whatever, could literally be as painful as someone just shooting you in the chest. And that's not something that you would ever know unless you actually, was in science or biology and you was taught that. Which is why you look at someone like Rudo here, or anyone for that matter, and you see someone who's all alone, lonely, and they just have a background that's like everyone just turned their backs on them. They're like a hair away from crashing out. And it's a pain that I know. It's a pain that I'm very familiar with. And I think that's why this is such a song that even I'm not even like fully done listening to this. It really reminisces with me.
Think that you will throw me outside. When the love turn to hate, man, it messes with my mind. Chains on my heart is what I'm cursed with. Try to keep it hidden from the surface. I ask God, can he show me what my worth is?
Worth is irrelevant when you're born in the sinners with predetermined impediments. Artificial intelligence labels you arrogant cause of fools that never could measure it. Every name's in a chain of events embellished as evidence, but I found my own. Taking blows and tallying throws, so insistent on hiding hands, I advance and count on the stones. Most people call it the zone, I call it fight for the bones, cause my emptiness had a mind of its own. Conjuring hope once unknown to man, as a stain standing on holy land. They say faith heals with the healer, faith had me overran as discipline. Blood, sweat, and constantly chipping in the spirit of Daniel to go through that line, then again, through thick and thin. I'm holding on to your grace, Lord, calling me soft, but the cross I carry is pain for you. Turn my anger to light, I can never aim low now. I fight fire within your glorious name, so even though they
look into my eyes, see tears I couldn't cry. They cutting at my wings anytime I dream to fly. Always put me down cause they afraid to see me rise. And when she said she'd right, that was just another line that she said in a moment. Promise is broken, just like my heart, dog. Pieces I'm holding, don't know where I'm going, but I gotta stay in motion. It get colder when they toss me to the side. If I left it up to you will throw me outside. When the love turn to hate, man, it messes with my mind. Chains on my heart is what I'm cursed with. Try to keep it hidden from the surface. I ask God, can he show me what my worth is?
Add it to my playlist. Oh, man. Now, verse 2 was by BP Music. Never heard of him, but he definitely hit. He went crazy on that one. Worth is irrelevant when you're born into sinners. That's wild. But with predetermined impediments, artificial intelligence labels you arrogant because of fools that never could measure it. Every name's in a chain of events embellished as evidence. But I found my own, taking blows and tallying throws. So insistent on hiding hands, I advance and count all the bones. Most people call it the zone, I call it fight for the bones. Cause my emptiness had a mind of its own, conjuring hope. Once unknown to man as a stain standing on holy land. They say faith heals, but the heel of faith had me overran. It's discipline, blood, sweat, and constantly chipping in. The spirit of Daniel to go through that lying man again. Oh man, that's like the to that lying man again. I don't know why I heard him say lion's den, but that's a good bar. Through thick and thin, I'm holding on to your grace, Lord. Calling me soft, but the cross I carry is painful. You turn my anger to light, I can never aim low now. I fight fire with your glorious name. So even though they. And he's true on that. Worth is irrelevant when you're born into sinners. At least from a human standpoint. from the mortal standpoint. We're all worth the same, really. We all need the Lord's forgiveness. We all need the Lord's grace. That's just a fundamental aspect. That is a fundamental law. We all need the Lord's grace. We're all worth just about the same dirt. No matter how much money you have, no matter how much fame you have, no matter how much followers you have, you're worth about the same as the next guy next to you. And dirt. Your soul is the only thing that's worth anything. The Lord wants it, but you gotta give it to him. He made a fire track. That's all I gotta say. It was fire. It's great. I'll give it a 10 out of 10. That was a banger. With all that being said, remember, transient guests, are we?